Hi, I'm Debbie and I'm a preschool leader, and this is my reflection video for my Forest School Level 3. I started my Forest School journey a while ago doing my Level 1, and it really started to ignite a fire about something that I was passionate about, which was being outside. So I started my online training in September 2018, and I've done my first aid course, which was really good because that was working with other people that were like-minded, and it meant that I didn't feel quite so on my own, which was great. I work with children from the age of 2 up until they go to school, and because I come from a farming background, I remember as a child spending all of my free time outside, and that lovely feeling that you got being outside and achieving things on your own or with your friends, and how it actually made you feel inside, I wanted to bring that to our preschool. So for me, the Forest School ethos and the way it encompasses, it's a holistic approach, was just perfect, because it's all about the whole person. It's all about not just what you can do and your abilities, but it's all about the emotions that you feel while you're going through that process. It's about being able to do things at your own pace and feeling comfortable within that space. As long as a leader, I have made the area safe and secure. That will give the children the confidence to feel comfortable, to be able to explore and have that freedom. And then once they're comfortable, then they start to become more confident in that area. They'll try things for the first time, and sometimes it will go according to plan, whatever their plan may be, straight away, but other times it won't. But the fact that they can dip in and out, they can come back to it if they want to. Maybe not the same day, maybe another day, or they may never come back to it. It doesn't matter. That's what I love about it. It's just having a go. Also, I love that it encompasses 2 schemas that I'm passionate about, and one is 2 theories that I'm passionate about. One is schemas and one is zone of proximal development. Schemas such as transporting and trajectory and enveloping can be encompassed really easily within Forest School, because it's what children do anyway. That's the way they feel comfortable in the way they learn. They may transport things around the preschool all the time. Well, they can do that in the woods without any problem. They might carry leaves from one area to another, or they might carry them from the bottom of a mound up to the top. So that's transporting and trajectory all in one. Through the zone of proximal development, before I really sort of worked with children for long, I always thought it was the adults that taught the children, and then I realised that actually the children learn from the children as well. And that's what the zone of proximal development is all about. It's being shown how to do something and then having a go. And Forest School gives you that opportunity. You could be shown by an adult how to light a fire, how to use a tool, how to build a den, but you can also be shown by a friend how to roll down a mound, how to look for bugs, and it's all still learning, but it's all still just natural. It just happens, and so the children feel comfortable within that. Because there's no right or wrong way. It's all about the process. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what skills you have, it doesn't matter what your background is. There's no difference. And also the characteristics of learning that children use, again, fit so easily within a Forest School environment. You have children who like to play on their own or play alongside others, but maybe don't naturally get involved with each other. But they may watch other children and think, actually, I'd like to have a go at that. But I don't know how to. And so they watch, and then they learn by watching, and then they'll have a go, and then they'll turn into problem solvers, risk takers, and they'll provide ideas, and they'll interact with others and negotiate. And it's a fascinating process to watch, and all within such an amazing environment. I think if you're a passionate leader, that has a knock-on effect to the adults around you, and also the children around you. Get down on the ground, get muddy, have fun. That's what it's all about. If the children see you having fun, then they'll have fun. If they see an adult getting dirty, they think it's hilarious, and they realise that it's okay, and that they can do it, and nobody's going to get told off. It doesn't matter. They've got the right clothes on. It doesn't matter if they get wet and they get muddy, because they can get changed. It doesn't matter if their hands get dirty. They can be washed. It's fine. Having this passion it's infectious. I know, because I've become infected with Forest School. And I love to sow seeds of new learning. I made some leaf kebabs once, a few weeks ago, and I didn't think anybody was taking any notice. Nobody seemed particularly interested, so I just put them in the mud kitchen and left it. And then a couple of days later, I noticed a child was making leaf kebabs in the woods, and I didn't even know he'd noticed, and yet he'd obviously watched, or he'd seen them and worked out how to make them, and he did it himself. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And in a way you'd say it was child initiated, but I know I sowed that seed. The holistic approach also gives time to take on board these new skills and take on board the seeds that somebody else sows, whether it be a child or a grown-up, it doesn't matter. It gives time to feel comfortable and confident in the space, in the environment. It provides a chance to be independent. Even before we go into the woods, we encourage the children to independently get dressed, put on their wellies, put on their waterproofs, and they can get frustrated because they can't get them on, but that doesn't matter. We can, as adults, we can talk to them about how they're feeling. We can name their emotions, and then they start to understand what that means. And that goes with the pride that they have when they can do it without any help. And we can tell them that's what it is. You're so proud of how you feel. Doesn't that feel great? And that makes you feel so nice inside. And then they'll go and tell their friends, and then they'll go and help their friends. And they'll see that their friends are smiling and happy that they're helping, and they'll know how that feels because they'll remember how that felt when they did it, which is amazing. They can start to learn from these emotions and start to read other people's body language and facial expressions. We had a child who two children who go to our woodland, and go to our woods, and one came up to the other, and he was just a little bit too close, and the other one backed away a little bit. And this first child realised and took a step back, and then they played together really nicely. And I'm not sure whether he would have worked that out quite so quickly if he hadn't had the Forest School experience. It enables, I've realised how quickly our children become confident and self-assured. It's been amazing. It's been quicker than I thought. And we've also had that feedback from parents as well, who've come back and told us that their children are so confident when they're out and about, they're so independent. They want to get changed, to get dressed to come to preschool. They want to do things themselves. And the children have talked to their parents and their families about what they've done in the woods, whereas in the setting sometimes they say, oh, not much. But in the woods, they're excited. They've still got this emotion inside, this happy feeling, which they want to pass on, which is so lovely. Really, really lovely. The characteristics of effective learning, schemas, zones of proximal development, and Forest School, it's just one. It just works. Everything works together. Our children have become so self-assured. They have become so confident. They work out, they're great problem solvers. Their imaginations are amazing. We had a child the other day who found 2 sticks and brought them over to a grown-up. They were crossed over, and he said it was a Christmas tree. And then he decided he wanted to bang 1 stick into the ground. So he went and got the mallet that I'd made previously, and from our kit bag, and some string that he found. So he banged in the stick into the ground, and then he asked another child to hold the other stick so that it was like this. And he got the string and he went round it, round and around and around and around, another schema, around and around, and managed to sort of keep them together. And he kept saying, I'm good at tying knots, I'm good at tying knots. And then he decided that he wanted to find another stick and put it at the other end of the horizontal one, so this side. So he asked somebody to hold the other stick in place. Now this child normally doesn't like help. He's quite independent, and within setting he doesn't like somebody else to how he sees as interfere with his play, but he needed help, and so he was happy to ask somebody else. And then other children started to watch and started to talk about what was happening and ask questions, and he involved the others. And then he said it was a Christmas fence, so it had changed from a Christmas tree to a Christmas fence. And another child, he was quite happy to hold the stick and let another child bang in this other stick, and then it was attached with the string. And then other children, even more children, came in, and he was quite happy to explain what he was doing, how he was doing it, and showing them how he'd done it and letting them have a go. And then a completely different child came over, and he asked what it was, and he said it was a Christmas fence. And this child, who is only 2, said, we need a long string with lights on from our preschool to come across the road, through the garden, into the woods, to go on the Christmas fence to light it up. Well, if that's not a thought process, I don't know what is. He's only 2. It was amazing. It was completely child initiated, and it just grew and grew and grew. And even it continued to grow, because on consecutive sessions for about 3 weeks, the children have been decorating the Christmas fence with leaves and learning to use mud and that again was child initiated. They found mud and they stuck the leaves on the Christmas fence. The child who initiated this has now, in setting now, is more than happy to encourage other children to join his play and discuss what he's doing. He went home and he told his childminder and his parents what he'd created and the process of how he created it. And his parents have said they'll donate some battery-powered lights to light it up when we get near to Christmas. So it just grows and grows and grows. And it just doesn't stop amazing me. I've learnt that all the areas that I created in the beginning, the mud kitchen, the mud pit, the stepping logs, the musical instruments, they change. depending on who's playing with them and how they want to play with them, depending on the children that are there. Some things stay the same, some things change, some things are completely dismantled and made into something else. But that's all the process. Since doing Forest Schools, I've invited our local childminders to come and join us, and they absolutely love it. And I asked for some feedback from them, and they said what they love is the safety and the security, the knowing that we have done rigorous risk assessments, the fact that the children have this freedom and can learn new experiences from each other, the confidence that those children, their children, are having, and also that it's had a knock-on effect because the parents of those children have now want their children to come to us as well and have the Forest School sessions, and we have more children who want to join because they know we're doing Forest School sessions. So it's a learning process for everybody, not just the children. It's for the grown-ups, for the staff, for myself. I continue to learn. I learn from the children. I learn from other preschool leaders that I'm in contact with on the Facebook page support group, sharing ideas and experiences. And now I feel that I am more confident, and I feel that I could quite happily go to other settings and share my experiences, share my training, and just let more and more people learn about the Forest School experience, because it is an experience. It is it's a passion. It's a happy feeling. Forest School is a happy place to be, and I love it, and I can't wait to find where it will take me, where the children will take me, and to learn more and provide this experience for more children, because my passion has grown throughout my training with all the ups and even the downs, because without the downs I wouldn't have had the ups, if that makes sense. And I just love it, and I think it's infectious, and I have no regrets of doing my training, and I can't wait to see where it leads me.